Delhi witnessed high tension late last night as a large-scale demolition drive was carried out very close to a prominent mosque at Delhi's Turkman Gate area. For those unfamiliar with Delhi, Turkman Gate near central North Delhi is a very crowded area. NDTV was the only channel reporting live on the ground, and it has captured the entire sequence of events because rumors were spread that a mosque was being demolished, triggering panic and unrest and a truly terrifying bout of stone pelting in which several police personnel have been injured. The police and the government have clarified that the demolition targeted illegally constructed structures including a library, dispensary and a marriage hall spread over nearly 1 acre and not the mosque that was built right adjacent to it. But as the bulldozers rolled in, a huge crowd gathered, stone pelting began, and the situation turned extremely volatile. People could have died. Thankfully, there were only injuries. Delhi police later brought the situation under control and arrested 5 people. Debris removal is now underway amidst very heavy police personnel. And remember, the Municipal Corporation of Delhi's decision came after the High Court of Delhi in November had given the corporation and Delhi's Public Works Department 3 months to clear this area and demolish it of encroachments at the Ramlila ground near the Turkman Gate. So what was a demolition drive pursuant to a court order turned into a terrifying clash in which rumors were spread falsely that a mosque was being demolished. Take a look.
We are examining those social media posts which reflect some kind of instigation to the youngsters to come out and affect the process. And so we cannot as of now ruling out the conspiracy angle also. However, that there was not much support and there was a lot of planning and proper deployment.
Ilahi Masjid is intact. I request all the citizens of Delhi not to fall prey to the rumors. Ilahi Masjid is intact. Not even a small particle of dust from the Ilahi Masjid has been touched.
सर्दी के इस कड़ाके के मौसम में लोगों का बिना घर दिए कहीं भी घर उजाड़ देना न तो मानवता ये कहती है और न तो न्याय कहता है।
ये नुकसान वक्फ की जायदाद पर हुआ, वहाँ मस्जिद को भी माना गया कि थोड़ा बहुत नुकसान हुआ, नहीं मालूम लोग बोल रहे, मगर ये सरासर गलत हुआ है।
A situation that could have resulted in communally charged tempers flying and people actually being killed, almost a riot-like situation with stones being pelted in central Delhi. The Turkman Gate is a crowded area and this happened last night. In 5 videos that only NDTV will be showing you in sequence tonight, I will dismantle the entire story and show you the ugly truth of what happened. Video number 1, a local man makes this video showing these bulldozers lined up. These bulldozers had been sent there by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, like I said, pursuant to execute a court order on demolishing illegal structures. Nothing to do with the mosque. Then we come to video number 2, because people already saw this video and started coming out in large numbers when this man put out a video which exploded across WhatsApp and social media, claiming that that famous mosque is being demolished. Absolutely untrue, but look at the resultant fallout. Large crowds simply spilled out onto the streets believing that to be true. It just gives you a really terrifying sense of how easy it is to trigger with false news when it comes to issues like these. Video number 3, there were calls on people to come out in large numbers. Okay, now I've shown you the video of the local man posting that video. Again, calls on people to come out in large numbers in that. Now I want you to focus on video number 3, where this huge, very unruly, very aggressive, ill-tempered crowd that is convinced that a mosque is about to be demolished gathers near the demolition site and slogans are raised. They've already been incited, they've already been provoked with false news and fake news by those people on WhatsApp. Shops are forced to shut down after calls to gather. Now let me take you to video number 4. And I don't want to put too much of audio in some of this because many inflammatory things are being said. In video number 4, the mob. This is the clincher, viewer, and I want you to look at this very, very carefully, because this is where things fly out of control. This mob that has been fed and provoked with fake news that a mosque is being demolished starts to pelt stones at the police. Slogans are raised. It's a communally charged atmosphere that could easily have spiraled out of control. And remember, in this stone pelting, 5 police personnel have sustained serious injuries. They are being treated in hospital. Then we come to video number 5, where at 1:30 in the morning, Samajwadi Party MP Mohibullah Nadwi arrives at the demolition site. Why has he arrived at the demolition site? Nobody knows. The SP MP from Rampur is seen arguing with the police. What business does he have to be there to argue with the police? If he even had any business to be there, he should have been trying to calm down the people and persuade them and convince them and show them that they were acting based on completely dangerous and inflammatory fake news, but he is seen arguing with the police. 5 videos that show you pretty plainly how things escalated very, very dangerously, and people should be thankful that no lives have been lost. Now I want to show you the mosque in question, viewer, because ultimately the anger, aggression and stone pelting was under the false belief that a mosque was about to be demolished. You've just heard what the Delhi minister said. Now take a look at the picture. You can see the bulldozer right outside. The mosque is absolutely intact. Not one square inch of this mosque has been touched, because there was no illegality with the mosque. It was structures around it which have been demolished. The rumors are completely busted. The reality, as you can see for yourself, because pictures speak louder than anything else, only the encroachment, a library, etc. were removed. The mosque remains absolutely intact and people can go there and worship. Now there are some big questions that I want to ask, because this makes one wonder as Indians how easy it is for crowds to be triggered based on fake news with a communal tinge. The question number 1 is, who mobilized this mob? This was a murderous mob that was organized. It had come armed with stones and sticks, and it was fearless enough. Somebody had told them, you attack the police, it doesn't matter, we'll protect you. How did the mosque demolition rumors spread? Who started it? What was the spark that lit the fire, leading to hundreds of people spilling out onto the streets that late in the night? Was the stones pelting spontaneous, or was it pre-planned? I'm going to show you a shattering ground report by NDTV's reporters, which show you that this was not spontaneous at all. People had come armed with lots of stones that were actually stored in one of those areas. And why was a Samajwadi Party MP from Rampur in UP on the spot at night? What was he doing there? What business did he have being over there in Turkman Gate at this particular time? Did he have anything to do with what was going on? And why was the demolition carried out post midnight? These are the big questions that I want to ask on the back of these images that I've just shown you, the rumors that we've just busted, and the fallout that continues to create a very tense situation in Turkman Gate. I want to welcome onto our show tonight Dr. Kiran Bedi, former Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry and veteran IPS officer. Ghanshyam Tiwari is national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Sanju Verma is national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And Abhijit, Iyer-Mitra, political analyst and commentator. Welcome to you all. Thank you very much for your time. Dr. Bedi, I'd like to come to you first very quickly. An incredibly scary situation that could easily have become, a much larger conflagration, a riot. People could have died. There was organized stone pelting that was taking place. There was a member of parliament who was there, seen arguing with the police. And at the end of the day, this was a demolition that was being done pursuant to a court order.
That only shows what many sections of our society are so used to taking law into their hands. So used to. And number 2, how well confident they are that they will be finding some areas of protection. They're not bothered whether it's a court decision or it's a lawful order. I think it's all a culture of violations. culture of total immunity and immunity. I think there are certain sections of our society now which have got used to it. We will take a long time to reverse this trend. I look at the police did a amazingly different job of implementing a court order.
Yeah.
Now, why they did it at night or why did they not do it during the day? They are the best judge.
Yeah.
I'm sure they must have assessed what is better and thinking that night may be safer. But they did not probably anticipate that all this was happened. But the good news is that all of them had cameras. So they are not going to lose track of the people who can be identified, who will be further dealt with.
Yeah.
So even they had helmets, they had body cameras, etc., and people will be identified.
Yeah.
So I think it's all a culture now of law breaking in certain sections of society.
Some
And
people
now,
have been
therefore, law
some people
must
have been named, some people have been arrested, Dr. Bedi, and we'll put their names on our screen in just a moment as well. FIRs have been lodged as well. 5 police personnel are have suffered serious injuries in the stone pelting. So this is by no means an innocent incident that has taken place. Sanju Verma, who are you, looking at in terms of a conspiracy? One angle is that this was just a rumor. It had nothing political about it. This was a rumor being spread. But then you have a Samajwadi Party MP who was found there at 1:30 a.m. arguing with the police. What conspiracy do you see in this, Sanju Verma?
Shiv, I think, forget the conspiracy. I think it's clear as day that each time an illegal encroachment is demolished by the police force, there is one community that has a problem with it. And in this particular instance, it was on the 12th of November 2025 that the court said illegal structures have to be demolished, because don't forget that next to the Faiz-e-Ilahi Mosque at Turkman Gate, more than 2,512 square feet of PWD land was encroached upon. More than 36,428, square feet of land belonging to the MCD, public land, was encroached upon by these radical elements. And I'm not going to hold back my punches. You look at these statements coming from the Samajwadi Party, a senior leader like S.T. Hassan, who was the MP from Kairana for the longest time. Now he's in the Rajya Sabha. He said, भला ये सब तोड़-फोड़ करने की क्या जरूरत थी? Action का reaction तो होगा ही. And then what did Amanatullah Khan of the Aam Aadmi Party say? He said, जब से मोदी सरकार आई है, कोहराम मचा हुआ है. I'm quoting him ad verbatim. आप हमारे मस्जिद तोड़ रहे हो, आप हमारी मस्जिदों की बेअदगी कर रहे हो, तो ये तो होगा ही. Basically, mobocracy is being endorsed by the Samajwadi Party. Mobocracy is being endorsed by the radical elements within Aam Aadmi Party. And I want to just, before finishing, I want to draw your attention, Shiv. Do you remember last year in March 2025, after the court order, the Uttar Pradesh police decided to carry out a survey of the Sambhal mosque. Anuj Chaudhary was the circle officer. He was shot at. He was ambushed with Molotov cocktails. People came running to him with machetes. And don't forget, again last year, Niketan Kadam, the DCP of Nagpur, Niketan Kadam barely escaped.
Okay.
I mean, he was fighting for his life in the ICU, all because a clash broke out whereby Hindus were peacefully protesting, saying, we don't want Aurangzeb ki mazar. And
Okay.
Muslims said, ab aisa kaise hoga?
Let me bring Ghanshyam Tiwari in. Ghanshyam, the BJP says this is the Samajwadi Party supporting mobocracy. A senior leader of your party says actions will have reactions, when the actions were just demolitions of illegal structures. It had nothing to do with the mosque. And an MP from your party was there at 1:30 a.m. arguing with the police. Did the Samajwadi Party have anything to do with what's going on?
Good evening, Shiv, to you, the viewers and the fellow co-panelists. There are 3 important things. One is BJP itself, a party that develops political propaganda built on...
But Ghanshyam, specific answer first. Then you can attack the BJP if you wish.
You have not allowed me to even start. You have allowed a full monologue by Sanju.
I will allow you a full monologue, Ghanshyam. You know me. I never take sides. I am asking you to answer the specific question on your MP at the side.
Yes, please allow me to state things the way I can state, right? Please don't prompt me. three important things. First, right, for BJP to lecture, for anybody, you can, from Google to ChatGPT, you can look at the party that has the highest number of people with hate crimes, highest number of MPs and MLAs with criminal charges, hate speeches, riots. BJP stands out like a Guinness Book of Records that India will never beat. That's number one. Number two, specifically on this particular case, a basic Google search will tell you that the court did not order the Delhi police. This is a case that involved DDA. This is a case that involved PWD. The survey was done by these departments. It involved the revenue department. It involved the LNDO department. And there were 3 months given. The court did not say that go there and demolish it in midnight. When you want to demolish this, and at a time when people like Kapil Mishra are ministers in Delhi, what is the basic common sense of a police? Kiran Bedi ji, highly respected police officer, is here. What is the basic common sense? You take the public representatives of the area in confidence. Did Delhi police take the public representative, the MLA of that area in confidence? The member of parliament, who's a BJP member of parliament, was he taken into confidence? When rumors start spreading that this party that cherishes breaking of mosques is now moving with bulldozers
Okay.
that signify the Katenge chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, then clearly rumors will spread. The police did not show basic common sense. The common sense was missing in Delhi riots. It is missing here because BJP prospers every time they can prove that there's a community that is out there.
Sanju, I'll let you respond in just a moment. Let me get Abhijit in for a quick comment first. Abhijit, who is wrong here? Who's done wrong here? The Samajwadi Party says the police didn't follow protocols, so obviously rumors will be spread.
They had 3 months. Who hasn't followed protocol out here? Like Madam Kiran Bedi said, they have to decide the tactics for themselves. All the protocols were followed. Now, there is always a human tragedy when demolitions happen. But Shiv, the one thing we need to understand about Delhi, and in fact any part, you and I, we went to school near a place called Gopalapuram, and we all know one family that used to use slums in order to grab all the land around Gopalapuram opposite Stella Maris College. It is the same thing in Delhi. You look at old Delhi, all the encroachment that happens is done very, very specifically in order to land grab. So human tragedy or not, it is a front for land grabbing. Remember the courts, this was adjudicated in the courts. Neither the Waqf nor the mosque were able to prove more than 1% ownership of the land. I think 0.19 about 1,000 square feet they were able to prove was theirs. The remaining, it's almost 1 acre of land you're talking about, nobody was able to prove. This has been adjudicated in the courts already. Protocol was followed to the T.
Yeah.
So let us be very, very clear about that. Also, we need to remember, I would, in fact, I don't know why it is such a thing, because this mosque itself, parts of it were on encroached land. They did not even have the title deeds to part of the mosque that had extended and was jutting into public land. Also, please remember, Shiv, this is not a historical mosque at all. It is a new mosque. There is a historically significant mosque out there called the Kalan Masjid, built during Tughlaq rule. This is the photo of that masjid. Notice, the mosque itself, the Tughlaq mosque itself is a victim of encroachment. Can you see the kind of flat that has come up near it? Which should not even be the case.
Yeah, I've seen this picture.
Building within 500 meters of a protected monument.
No, it's almost.
So this is.
It's almost like an encroachment is it's almost impossible thing to do because of the risks of rumors being spread, and finally the court order just gets blurred.
That is exactly it. The only people who are conflating religion and encroachment out here are our friends, the Samajwadi Party's allies. And
Sanju wants to come in. Sanju, go ahead.
Nobody has brought religion in here.
Shiv, let's get some facts right. As Abhijit said, in December, after the court order, the MCD declared that all structures beyond 0.195 acres of land are liable to be demolished if no documentary evidence is produced or any legal ownership of the said properties are produced. No legal ownership related documents were given to the MCD despite weeks of, waiting by the MCD. Finally, on the 7th of January, the Delhi police did what the court mandated it to do. And I say great job by Madhur Verma, the Joint Commissioner of Police Central Range. Great work by Special Commissioner Law and Order Ravindra Yadav. The Delhi police is always undermined in terms of its credibility. Let's give them, applause for what they've done right. And I want to tell Ghanshyam one thing. After the Sambhal incident, and this is now sub judice, Ziaur Rahman Bark, the Samajwadi Party MP from Sambhal, Iqbal Mahmood, former Samajwadi Party MLA, and Iqbal Mahmood's son, Suhail Iqbal, are facing trial for vandalism, gundagardi and thuggery in the Sambhal case. The second point, and very quickly I want to say this.
Yeah, I want to get Ghanshyam to respond quickly.
Shiv, just 10 seconds. Shiv, 10 seconds. Do you know something, Shiv, that the next hearing is on the 22nd of April this year? The management committee of the Faiz-e-Ilahi Mosque has said that the mosque and the graveyard are a Waqf property, belong to the Waqf.
Yeah, that's right.
They say that the Delhi police has no jurisdiction. The Waqf tribunal has jurisdiction on this property, and this property is legitimate because the Waqf Act of 1954 said so. Arey bhai sahab, 1954 ki act ki duhai mad.
Okay, let Ghanshyam respond to that, Sanju. Hold on now. Let Ghanshyam respond to that. Ghanshyam.
One, no amount of shouting can hide the plain, simple facts. The first fact that I mentioned, there are 42 BJP MPs and MLAs who have declared cases against hate speech. So BJP has a history. Now, coming specifically to this case, no one has heard any sane reason that why this was done at midnight without taking into confidence the public representatives when this case is still sub judice. On April 26th is the next hearing. My final point is that people can say what they may, but if you look at the number of the amount of construction, and Kiranji can attest this, amount of construction Delhi has witnessed just because of the Delhi metro. It has displaced people, it has displaced various monuments and temples and mosques. There's never been a riot. So this riot appears to be a manufactured plan of BJP, the Kapil Mishra party, the Batenge Katenge party, and
but to what end?
What gibberish is this man talking?
I'm saying what I'm saying.
Please speak sensibly for a change.
Yes, Sanju Verma, you speak very sensibly.
You are
Thank
an
you.
educated person. You are a literate
Please
guy.
continue your shouting match. I will speak after your speech.
Okay.
Please don't justify mobocracy. You are an educated guy. Please show some basic common sense. Don't come to debates and start doing this Hindu-Muslim narrative. This is a law and order situation. The Delhi police dealt with it in a very, very judicious manner.
Can I complete my sentence?
Instead of applauding them, you're sitting here and giving me lectures on BJP MPs. Very divisive.
Sanju, let Ghanshyam finish his point.
Can you applaud the Delhi police for a change?
Let Ghanshyam finish his point. Yeah. Then I'll end with Abhijit and Dr. Kiran Bedi. Yeah.
Party that has unofficial brand ambassadors like Kuldeep Sengar and Baba Ram Rahim comes and lectures who has how many cases. The point is very simple. That Delhi is not used to this kind of riots unless BJP wants to manufacture it.
Okay.
And every time you do this, a midnight raid like this on a sub judice matter without taking public representatives into confidence, you are just wanting to manufacture a Hindu-Muslim situation because it benefits you politically.
Okay. 15 seconds, Sanju, then I have to go to the others to end. 15 seconds only, please.
Yes. I'm appalled how conveniently Ghanshyam mentions about Kuldeep Sengar without mentioning that Kuldeep Sengar became an MLA on a Samajwadi Party ticket on 2 occasions. Kuldeep Sengar was also with the BSP. He was also with the Congress party. If there is one party which expelled Kuldeep Sengar, it was the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Point made, Sanju. Point made. We've gone from Turkman Gate to Kuldeep Sengar. Abhijit, and I'll end with Dr. Kiran Bedi. Abhijit, it's not. Is it impossible for court-ordered demolitions to take place without it becoming a sort of communally charged issue? The sort of dilemma between a law and order thing and a communal thing. This is very real. It's a reminder that even in 2026 this can easily happen. in the capital.
So generally, if it's a mixed population, you're most probably not going to have riots. But usually if there's a predominance of one religion in any place, it is going to happen. It is known because this is always, since 1857, since after 1857, this has been the political violence, street violence. The street veto has been the only tool of a community that has refused to modernize its tool of political negotiation. And this remains the only tool of Sunni political negotiation in India.
Okay. Dr. Bedi, final word to you. Should anything have been done differently at all? Sanju says the police should be lauded. Ghanshyam says the MPs should have been taken into confidence, etc., etc. Lots of things being said. Should anything have been done differently, ma'am?
No, I think the police carried out very bravely and diligently the orders of the Honorable High Court. And Delhi police is capable of handling such events hugely. It's got a history of dealing with such. And such as the analyst said, this was bound to happen. And I think Delhi police was quite prepared for it. And it did it with great restraint. And I think it's carried out a lawful order for which it was accountable to the Honorable High Court to do it. And they've done it very, very patiently and carefully. And very, very wisely. And whatever has happened had to happen. Will happen whenever you remove such encroachments, particularly in communally sensitive areas.
This is a reality in a country where law and order lies a few layers below sentiments and things like that. And for a country to be taken seriously, I always say law and order should prevail above everything else. If a court has ordered something, it should happen no matter what anyone actually feels about it. I can see your hand up, but I'm out of time, Sanju. We'll continue this another day. But thank you very much to all of you for being with me tonight on this discussion on India Matters. Thank you very much.